Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium. Today we've got a Week 5 matchup in store here, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Two hard-hitting blue-collar franchises, one of the better rivalries going. The Ravens and Steelers are underway. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Now the third-year man, Najee Harris. And he tries to power forward, but he will not get back to the line of scrimmage. Play fake, Cousins. And he fires one incomplete. Pat Freiermuth, the intended target, but now it'll be third down. Hey, look at this Baltimore defense. Against the pass, they're hoping to trend in the opposite direction because right now they're ranked number 26 in the NFL.
They'll take that play right there each and every snap because throughout this season, they've given up some big plays. To be able to hold someone to no gain.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. So on fourth down, the Steelers going to bring in Braden Mann to punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Take it at the 37. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Found good room to run there. Returns it 14 yards. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. First and 10. Jackson and the Ravens come up now first and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Here's the fourth-year man, J.K. Dobbins. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2. This defense for the Steelers, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
Now Dobbins again on second down. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
On first and 10, it's Dobbins. And not a lot of daylight. Not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up second down. Delayed give there out of the gun. Defense was ready.
And I'm not a big fan of a draw play out of the shotgun formation because the quarterback's not having much action where he's getting away from the line.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six for a Steeler touchdown. So, Charles, our first points of the game provided defensively. What a play that was.
And I can only imagine that the folks at home watching are thinking to themselves, that's one of those plays that once the ball leaves the quarterback's hands, you just sort of go and wait for the result. This time, the defense benefited.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. Well, remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner,
he's got him in, complete. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 44 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Now Jackson on 2nd down. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Levi Wallace with a pick. And the Steelers are going to have it here just past the 25.
Intercepted. The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it and let's go with it.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, but now it's 3rd down. You look at this Baltimore defense. Against the pass, they're hoping to trend in the opposite direction because right now they're ranked number 26 in the NFL.
They're in the bottom 10 in the league. I mean, when you look at their talent, you would think that they'd be much better. Overall, I don't think there's any question you'd have to say that they've underachieved.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. And a nice gain of 21 yards. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you wonder, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races. And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
And now this one may draw a penalty. He just blindly threw that one to the sideline. And yep, indeed, the flag is out. So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. Play action now. Cousins. Flush to his right. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
That swung out wide to Harris. And the Steelers are going to be set up for the 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Now Washington. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Darnell Washington. with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Steelers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that'll make the score 14-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor there. But thank you, Dr. Davis. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. To throw is Jackson. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, Jackson. He finds the rookie, Zay Flowers. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's fourth down. Fourth down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. Back deep, Patrick Peterson. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Pulled in at the 24. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest. You get a chance to heal up and kind of do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Boy, a pair of big plays here. This one going for 29. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down.
I know that no game in the NFL is ever easy, but they're making it look that way. Everything is being done with such precision. Just on this drive alone, 3 plays, 3 first downs. If you're on defense, you're scrambling, looking at each other, trying to figure out how are we going to slow these guys down.
They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Now an end around as Cousins will just pop this forward. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. Calvin Austin from 4 yards out. And the Steelers have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now 21-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Screenplay setting it up for Mitchell. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. Well, they were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
It's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked up by Joey Porter Jr. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Johnson's got it complete. And he'll get nothing out of that one. Cousins. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got a key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't complete it.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Lucky it wasn't fumble. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
They'll run the screen to Mitchell.
And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star...
That's caught inside the 20. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 43 yards.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
This is a 2nd and 4, ball at the 9.
Now it's Jackson. This is caught. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8.
Flowers shows there that he is a student of the craft whose mentality is simply, I'm going to take the football away from defenders. A tenacious player and almost a clone of Steve Smith Sr., somebody else who had some really good seasons in Baltimore.
And they'll try to pound it in with Ricard. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Dobbins will score. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Sometimes offense, if you get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make it 24-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as they get this up to the 29.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield, try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. And he'll be tackled at about the 35.
40 yards rushing for him now to this point.
And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. This will be fielded at the 17. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
at the 30-yard line.
Following the interception, Cousins rolling to his right. They'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Fryermuth. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's
in for the Steelers touchdown. Deontay Johnson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Steelers are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And a rout is on here in this first half.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll also wind up being the final play of this first half. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one.
Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided,
as our
well, that's
EA
another
Sports
question.
halftime report.
Nevertheless,
Coach,
let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit, as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
53 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down.
Another run here with Dobbins.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to third down.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
And there's another stop One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They go play action. Cousins. It's brought in by Harris. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be second down. Throwing, Cousins. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down.
But plain and simple, that's the second time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to it? Maybe his rhythm was just off. He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. A 45-yard punt for there on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles, if they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback.
And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Levi Wallace with a pick, and he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I'll give them credit winning that first snap and forcing an incompletion. They're hoping that'll deflate the offense a little bit if they took the field charged up after taking over after a turnover.
Go ahead.
Harris running straight ahead, trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Third and long for Cousins. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Kirk Cousins with 3 touchdown passes now in the afternoon. And the Steelers have opened the lead up to 30. Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear.
And my goodness, another interception. Levi Wallace with a pick, and he will return this one to the 30-yard line. So first and 10 now from the 30. Throwing is Cousins.
He's got his tight end Fryermuth right side.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. They hand this off to Harris. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
That's complete to his tight end Fryermuth.
This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Second down, Cousins.
Out of his hands quickly to Pittman. And the Steelers are going to have a first and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown.
That's a lesson right there, never giving up on a play, because that was a near catastrophe. He lost the football down near the goal line, but he was able to keep an eye on it the whole way and fall on it for a touchdown.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end.
First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
First down, Ravens.
A give up the middle to Dobbins.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
No, we changed it. We changed it.
Now Dobbins again on second down. And he's going to have a Ravens first down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
Dobbins with a typical strong run, and 3 years in, you still feel like you haven't seen all he can be as a pro. Injuries wiped out 2021 and part of 2022. But when he's out there and healthy, he can be electric.
They'll go again with Dobbins.
And he will maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And that's also all for this third quarter of play. Back now in Pittsburgh. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Second and 10. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 90 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And this time not quite to the 30, it'll be down at the 31-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. Here's Jackson to throw. Targeting Dobbins again, and he's got it again. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. The Raven passing game getting in sync, another first down.
Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now, and all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Dobbins running out of the gun. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Ravens get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Tucker with the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. But not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They can definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this landslide victory.
Yeah, we're certainly about to see just how aggressive they want to be here down the stretch. And what some coaches do is they try and meet it halfway, meaning they want to continue to run their offense, but they'll put in a lot of backups to do it and then tell the opposing coach, hey, I had to get them some work too. I can't just let them sit over on the sidelines all the time.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit too.
And this offense on 3rd down today, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 11. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. 120 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
1st down, Baltimore.
1st down, here's Mitchell.
And he's brought down, but not before a really nice stiff arm to create a little space. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. 2nd and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain? Or did they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
Now a throw here, hauled in. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
And there, even if you've got to take something off that throw so that he slows down to catch it, That's far more preferable than what happened there. A big miss on what should have been a touchdown.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. Again, Jackson. The defense gets a hand on it, but he still grabs it. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that's going to make it 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Open man is Flowers. He's got it. And he is going to have a Ravens first down, and he'll have it by plenty, as it turns out to be a big gainer there on 4th down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Nice effort defensively there from Cole Holcomb.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Play action. Now Jackson toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team.
And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is down to 24. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the 4th.
8 yards on the pickup, but now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
That's good for a Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 33.
They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And he'll get this up to about the 40. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
On the give, this is Harris. And this is going to be a Steelers first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And the Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Charles, a lot